I powered this microphone. I powered the Rode NTG. I've used a whole bunch of lavaliers. It's not just a copy and paste of every other review. In this review, if you skip through, you missed a heck of a lot of details on this microphone system. Hello, this is Eric of Not Bio Studio, and today I'm reviewing the Deity Pocket Wireless. And this microphone system should be just as good sounding as the Rode Wireless Go 1 or 2. Here we have the microphones that you can see, and we have a bunch of adapters. So let's go through this. So on this microphone, we see the lavalier port that threads in, and you can see the little tiny microphone right there. On the back side, we have a regular clip that can connect to our hot shoe of our camera, glossy on the front side. And on the bottom, we have USB Type-C, and we also have our power on, power off. So let's turn that on so we can see right here. Let's get my face out of the picture. Gonna flick that on. Now that I flicked it on, we can see the light. And on the side, we have our link, but we don't have to normally use this unless you somehow lost a link or changed your device to link it right back up again. And our part here at the cold shoe is plastic at the back, so if you do snap it, it's going to make some sound. Now let's get to a receiver end. And on this side, we have the receiver. We can see how shiny it is. I can even see my camera screen on it, and we can see our link switch and our decibel. So dB is decibel. So here we got our link, and here we got our volume levels. On the top, we have our power on, power off switch. So if I flick that on, there we go. So here we got our USB, and this is for sound out, be it to your camera, your computer, your mobile phone, and we can see our nice little display without the other side connected. I'm going to turn the other side on. So the light's on the one side. You want to connect the other side. Let's see if they change. I think our light's going to stop flashing here in a moment when they connect. There we go. So now we can see it's connected, that the light's no longer flashing. We can also see there's a volume level coming through. As I speak through, we can see those little volume lines. So that's kind of cool that way. And we also have our battery levels. We can see our battery levels right there for receiver and microphone. Neat to have that. It's good, useful. And for those that want to know, yes, the screen does dim eventually. So we can't even see that the screen's on other than the two little lights. That's the part that connects the camera. Press the button and it lights up again for a moment. I think it's for like 1 minute or less. So cool. So far, so good. Now let's go through the accessories. Wind muff, and the wind muff itself is one of the clip-ons, just like the regular Rode was, and that makes it not as nice as I like to see. It doesn't snap on. It's simply grab your little furry things, see those little clips there, and we clip it in line, which is a pain. That's probably my least favorite part of that. But it does hold decently, so you might not lose it. The Rode Wireless Go 1 always fell off on me. And then the part that's USB to USB, so maybe your USB to your camera or USB to your phone. So you can see two USB-C type connections. Then we have our to a camera or to your mobile phone, because we have 3 lines. That means it can go either way. I tested already. Actually, I tested outside first where the decks were before I ever recorded this part. Our lavalier. I haven't tested this yet either, the one that's included. I only tested the wind muff outside. So we're going to test that out as well, of course, the one that's included, as well as some other ones. So right here we have our Type-C to Type-A. So this is going to connect to more computers than Type-C to Type-C. So we got lots of connection options for this microphone. And the case itself, nothing too spectacular. And we have one more item in here. An adapter. It's kind of funny. We have all those different connections, but yeah, we have an adapter. Even though we have Type-C to Type-C, we have an adapter that's Type-A to Type-C as well. Right now we're listening to this microphone connected to my digital camera, and I'm going to turn it up to maximum. I have it close to max, but when I turn it right up, is there going to be a noticeable hiss? Right now we're close to max already, so let's listen to that. And let's press our dB on our camera, and okay, right now we are at max volume on this device, and my camera turned right down low, so this should be decent. It doesn't matter if does this get noise in the audio. So this having a decent amount of volume allows a lot of options, especially the fact if your device is quiet, it means you can turn on down your camera DACs. But if there's noise in the audio, that might not work for you. So this device, as you press the dB button, your volume level, it goes to mute and then back up again. So there's that one part you saw where you didn't hear me at all because that is mute. When it comes to muting the microphone, it's not only from the part that connects to the camera. We also can press the link button that's on the side. Hear me, and now you can hear me. So that works as a mute button when you just touch it. So we and unmute, just like so. Now you know. Here's this microphone without the furry wind muff connected, and that's how it sounds. Let's see if we're at maximum volume. We are at maximum volume right now. I don't know if there's any difference between wind muff on or off. You let me know, and I'll let me know once I play it back. It is now time to connect our lavalier microphone, which is, ooh, it looks like it's about 5'5" or so. There it is, from my hand stretched out. I am 5'5.5". How am I coming through with this wired lavalier microphone on this device? Now when it comes to lavalier for the pocket wireless, it really drives me nuts that this little foamy piece comes off way too easy. So if you really want to stick it, use some like shoe goo kind of glue, that's like the clear stuff, and just put a little bit along the bottom only, so that way you don't mess up your audio, and you'll hold that on if that's what you want to do, if you want to keep that little foamy thing on. Right now you're listening to the X5 LV1. So if you're wondering what X5 is, there you can see it and read the name for yourself. So there's an LV1 and an LV2. This is the larger of the two that has more gain to it. You're now listening to the Deity DA35. Let's see if we can see that on camera. There you go. And this microphone, well, is a nice wired lav, but I don't know how the sound's coming through at all on this device. Each device is different, and the Rode Wireless Go doesn't work well with most lavalier microphones. We are now listening to the X5 LV2, and this one is like really small of a microphone, and it doesn't play well with pretty much anything, but it does play well with the X5 U5, which also, like this one, has a locking mechanism for the microphones itself. And the only other wireless system I tested that it works well with is the Synco G1. Doesn't play well with Kamuka Boom XD, which I also reviewed here. Doesn't play nice with the Rode Wireless Go. Doesn't play nice with pretty much anything else. So how does this sound? I have never played this back yet. So what you see here is going to be what I also hear for the first time. Now it is time to test out the audio from the PC to hear how this device sounds when recorded. So right now we're using the Pocket Wireless connected to PC using the included microphone that's built onto the device. So we can see some specifications here, up to 175 foot range. We're going to test that, of course. Don't know what the asterisk means. And 24-bit, 48 kilohertz. That's something that's actually good enough, because 48 kilohertz is a decent standard quality. 5+ hours of battery life, awesome. And we can see what you get in the box as I went through. You are now listening to the wired lavalier with this device and clip guard. This is something that's actually useful. Pocket Wireless features our signature Deity Connect analog limiter to help prevent clipping and distortion. So if you get clips and distortion, apparently most likely is going to be your camera or your device you're recording with. Now when it comes to using this with your phone, I recommend using the app Open Camera. I'll show what that looks like. So here you can see the app Open Camera. I click that, and now I can connect this to my Deity, and then I should be able to get audio. Right now we are listening to the wired lavalier microphone of this device on my Android mobile phone. I am using the application known as Open Camera because most Android phones, including this one, have really lousy audio. So try using Open Camera if you want better audio for your camera on your phone. Now let's try the microphone connected to this device. You're now listening to the microphone built into this Pocket Wireless. How am I coming through? Now if Open Camera doesn't work well for you, use the Shure Motive Video app, and that's another one that works. And here's something I like about the Shure Motive Video app. Let's open this. Let's see if it shows up. There we go. It's telling me what device is connected. Very useful. And this microphone system is one of the few that allow me to connect this device and still listen to audio on my phone. So if I want to play this video, I can press. Right now we're watching on the Shure Motive video app using my mobile phone. How am I coming through? My phone, by the way, is a Xiaomi. And that's rare because most of the time you have to disconnect the device in order to play audio. And now that I just finished testing the Deity vMic D4 for EMI, which you're going to see that video after the release of this one for the review of that microphone, it's time to test this for EMI interference. That's where electromagnetic RF giving off devices can cause interference in our microphone. So if you get EMI, it'll generally be heard as a high-pitched kind of squeal. For the best device ever used for causing EMI interference, the X5 U5. The receiver rather than transmitter. So this one is the one connected to the camera. Upon playback of this video footage, it seems that the Deity Pocket Wireless is free from any EMI interference, at least as far as my testing has shown. Because I've even seen wired devices with EMI interference getting into the device itself, where you hear a high-pitched sound. And so, great job on Deity's part here. It is a very breezy, cool day, so that's why I'm all dressed up. And you're probably gonna hear the wind through here, even despite this fur muff being on here. But if I take it off, I'm sure this will be much worse. In fact, let's do that right now. Yeah, we can hear some wind. You might wonder why here. Well, let's show you. I can actually go behind the camera and start filming some ducks. Nice little area here. And so if you want to do a documentary, whatever your situation, you can do that. Or of course, you can also do your YouTube videos or your reviews out here with this type of microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am 12 feet away from the camera. I was facing the opposite direction with, of course, my neck blocking line of sight. Did I cut out at all? This will give you an idea of how line of sight is. Right now, I'm 50 feet away from the camera, which is 15 meters away. When I was 25 feet away, that would have been 7.5 meters. So right now, 15 meters, 50 feet from the camera. How am I coming through? Let's do a quick turnaround. And right here, of course, if we cut out or not, this is going to be quite irrelevant to most people because generally at this distance away, which I can't even see myself in the screen whatsoever, really, I'm going to face away from the camera? Probably not, but this is a test. Right now we are 75 feet away from the camera, which is 22.5 meters away. How am I coming through? Can you still hear me? And let's do a quick turnaround. And this is 22.5 meters, 75 feet. And am I coming through? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And of course, even at this point, the Rode Wireless Go would have cut out when facing the other way around. Now, this mic, how it compares to the Rode Wireless Go? Well, we're going to find out because I've never played this back yet. In fact, I don't even know how this sounds. It's still breezy out here. Let's go the next distance. We are now 100 feet away. How am I coming through at this distance? Let's go further. And 100 feet away, by the way, is 30 meters. Now we're 125 feet away and I hear lots of echo with the walls between me. I don't know if we could hear that through the camera or not, but I definitely could hear an echo. 125 feet away is, wow, this is going to be quite the math here. 37.5 meters. Of course, I have no room at this point, so I had to find a longer distance away to measure up, and we see a nice little seagull right here. Hello, seagull. Right now we're 100 feet away, 30 meters away. I'm going to do a turnaround. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And if I didn't cut out, this is going to be better range than pretty much every microphone, even leaving the Rode wireless go a run for its money. Especially at this point, we're now 125 feet away, or 37.5 meters away. Let's do a turnaround. So we're getting out of line of sight. You're not facing the camera, if you can still hear me or not. Let's keep going. And we're approaching our next marker here. And this one is 150 feet away. And let's keep going. And can you still hear me? We're still going. 175 feet away. And let's go to our next one. And our next one is approaching all the way at 200 feet, 60 meters. Can you still hear me? And for the fun, I'll just do a turnaround right here. Hear me? Can you hear me? I doubt you can. If you could hear me when I turned the other way around, that would be absolutely insane, but it's not rated for that distance, so I don't expect it. At 200 feet away, 60 meters, I left this marker so we know where we are. And let's keep going. And we are approaching our next marker. And this one is at 225 feet away. And that happens to be 67.5 meters. And we are now at 250 feet. Keep going. And we are approaching the next one, 275 feet away. And let's go around these logs that are in my way. We are approaching 300 feet away, 90 meters. Can you still hear me at line of sight? I have not a clue, but hey, we'll know on playback. Now I'm going to go to our last marker. And that is right against the fence line. So we are right here at 325 feet away, which happens to be 97.5 meters. Would you be able to hear me at 97.5 meters? I highly doubt it, but up because we're done recording at this distance. Now here's a test. We're going to try making the Rode NTG into a wireless mic system and see how this works. Because this pocket is very loud, and we can see the mic did turn on. We can see I have minus 20 decibels. So yes, it did work. And the nice part is I can actually increase the volume yet of this, and I can even increase the wireless response. So if I turn the wireless even louder, yeah, so I can now turn around, do whatever I want, even disconnect this rye coat shock mount, and I have a nice little Rode NTG that's portable. And what I really want to see is the Deity V mic D4 because it's really quiet. Now let's switch microphones. And this is cool too. So we can see that the light's on. Turn that off. So a couple of things I really like about this pocket wireless is we can see the battery level in detail. It's not just a bunch of squares, and it's been lasting quite a while so far. I've been using this for about 2 hours, so we can see the battery life is still showing, at least, is pretty decent. I can make my mics wireless. In fact, I can crank them right up. What's not to love about this? Because this is the Deity V mic D4, and this one is actually kind of quiet, really loud, and I actually almost have to pull it away from myself before I clip, because it's a nice little combination, especially since this has control with this wireless system that doesn't clip so easy. Makes it so you got so much options for a wireless system, and that is absolutely wonderful. However, when it comes to this microphone, I find that the Lavalier has really good sound, better than the microphone itself built into this, because the microphone, if you notice, is like super insanely small, like smaller than the Rode Wireless Go, smaller than the Kamuka Boom XD. And one thing I really wonder, because I haven't seen the playback yet, is just how good this audio is or not good. We'll find out in playback, and you will see yourself as well. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any other questions that I have not answered in this video. Now, in conclusion, what are my thoughts? Well, line of sight is not a major thing with this pocket wireless, and that is amazing, like really nice. So if you're going out recording out in the field somewhere, you're gonna have a good time because you're not gonna cut out till you're at least 100 feet away. So this makes it very comparable to the Rode Wireless Go, or maybe Rode Wireless Go 2, but anyways, Rode Wireless Go has some good competition here. But when it comes to lavalier wired lav mics, you're gonna be better off than the Rode Wireless Go using a wired lavalier like I'm using now, like I tested with the other ones that you heard. Really good audio, like impressively great audio. LV1 from X5, LV2, the Deity DA35, sure, it's the same company, but it doesn't mean it's going to necessarily work perfectly, but everything has been, for as far as wired lav is concerned, not a problem. So awesome. And I paid for this device for a review for you, and it was not provided. This wasn't provided. I use a lot of other devices from Deity and other companies, and I've been making sure I get them. I've been using my Amazon affiliate money that from people purchase from links below. So thank you very much. So what I get goes to gift cards to buy more stuff for more reviews. So please subscribe and help this channel grow so you can actually see more. It's a win-win. If you want to find the best microphone, I'll try to give you advice. Leave a comment below. I'll try to answer you with the best advice possible. I've been using a lot of different microphones, especially recently. And I do have another one coming in that's a wireless one with a memory card that goes into it. It's a different brand that you've probably never seen or heard of before, but it actually takes another brand and modifies it. So we'll see how that one goes. But so far, pocket wireless is a great option. The built-in mic is not as good. It's a little bit weak on the dynamic range, but it's pretty darn close. But the lavaliers, that is impressive. In this review, if you skip through, you missed a heck of a lot of details on this microphone system. If you missed it, go back, watch it again. Thanks again for watching, and have yourselves a most wonderful day.